Okay, everybody, here's a all-in-one training video for what Unison is. This is how to properly position Unison in the digital world that we live in. So I've drawn this as a very simple diagram, but it's easy for small business owners to understand this. We will be taking this information, converting it into sales visuals, static slides or documents or visuals, something that you can use to demonstrate sort of the progression of how they're currently operating and what Unison will do for them. It should be noted that if you're talking to a small business owner, the point of Unison is to grow their business, capture leads, capture lead information, answer questions, and grow their business with customers they would have otherwise lost. I know that seems obvious, but we want to make sure that we're pointing out we're about protecting your business with a communications layer that will basically ensure that anyone that reaches out to you is going to get a consistent, accurate response regardless of how they go about it. So let's look at how Any Business USA is currently set up. This diagram, anything outside the dotted line, represents their digital presence. They probably have a website. Some don't. Some only have a Facebook business page. But most businesses are going to have some website today. They may have a Facebook business page. They might have an Instagram business page. They probably have a Google business profile. This is the Google family over here on the left and the Meta family over here on the right. If they have a Google business profile, that gets them presence on a map. The red dot we're all used to seeing when we search for a local business. We see the red dot on the map. That's where that dot comes from, is from their Google business profile. This is also where a lot of companies try to sell them on search engine optimization so that they rank highest in the Google search, thinking that they'll be the first choice. And oftentimes that works. But if they're not the first to answer when they reach out, they're probably still going to lose to the second or third Google search result. Here's the point. They've got a website. I drew the website outside of the business for a reason. A lot of times they have a marketing company or someone else who manages their website. It's not always completely up to date. It oftentimes is out of sync with their business Facebook business page or their Instagram business page or even their Google business profile. So there's a lack of consistency between these databases. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to drive the attention of the people out here on the left and right. They're trying to get their attention to grow their business, to be the search result that gets them the business next. I often talk in terms of home services type businesses because they are the majority of our ICP, or our ideal customer persona, being 5 to 6 million of them out there. But this could apply to law firms. This could apply to health clinics. This could apply to fitness gymnasiums. It could be anything. They have a digital presence. The point is they know they need a digital presence, and they often have it in the form of these different forms I'm talking about. They might even have to be spending money on Google ads over here on the left side in the Google family. They might be paying for hundreds or thousands of dollars a month to be returned to or fed to the people in their Facebook feeds, or their Google ads or their Google searches. Over here would be the Meta ads that would get eyeballs on their business in as targeted of an audience as they can for their own. So they're spending money oftentimes in both places, or they're just spending effort with posts from their Facebook page or their Instagram page in their social media feeds. What ultimately they're trying to do is drive attention. Attention drives action. So they're looking for customers. We know statistically These are a couple of the things you should always have in your back pocket. There are 54 reasons. Those are all documented on Kersey.ai. You can go pull up a full list if you need it, but it can be anything from order status to frequently asked questions to scheduling an appointment, all the things that are associated with a small business. There are 54 reasons that a customer, existing customer, or new lead would research or contact a small business. The magic number here is 64% of the time. That happens in off business hours, either evenings or weekends. Sorry for the pop-up. I forgot to go on Do Not Disturb. So we've got 54 reasons that customers or leads reach out. So also the key component is they get to choose whether they go to a Facebook business page and send a message through Facebook, or they might find their Instagram business page and choose to DM that business. Oftentimes those are completely ignored. Most companies have them. It's a part of the format of their business page, and they don't use it, nor do they respond to it. So those queries or questions or attention they're getting are wasted. They're not even replied to. Oftentimes they have a chatbot on the website that doesn't do anything, doesn't provide any value. Most people have come to ignore those chatbots because they just don't do anything. That's why we position ours in the middle right side of the frame, not in the bottom right. Almost all people will admit they've grown to just habitually ignore a bottom right chatbot because of its uselessness. So this is what they have. They've got 54 reasons. The customer or lead has the choice of how they reach out. They might call. They might text. They might, again, go through the website looking for contact information. God forbid they have to fill out a form. We all know that those are often viewed as going into some type of black hole. So what is Unison then? What is Unison? Let's bring Unison into the equation here. Bear with me. Here's your protective layer of communication that is Unison. You've got this bubble surrounding the business that's now contains a single knowledge base, or you can call it their business brain. This is what we build for them based on our Q&A with the business owner or operator. This is what we gather from their website. This is what we gather through conversation. What is the knowledge that you want your Unison, which is a trained AI employee? When you reframe it this way, they now stop thinking about this as an app. They stop thinking about it as a tool. It is now a solution communication platform with a trained AI that's both voice capable and text capable to answer questions, provide value back, not just a replacement of voicemail in a voice case. You've got all communication channels covered. You've got a phone call covered. You've got an SMS message to that same business phone number covered. You've got, as you notice here on the website, you now have a website text and direct voice channel capability. You have Instagram DM and Facebook messaging all covered. So regardless of the channel that the end person whose attention they've drawn chooses to use to contact this business for one of 54 reasons, they have a communications layer now in a trained AI employee. This is very important to understand. Ask a small business owner, what would it cost you to hire a person or a staff of people to cover all of these communication channels 24/7 that would be trained on a single knowledge base and be able to capture lead information, qualify leads. And when I say qualify leads, many small businesses view qualifying as a series of simple questions. Example would be a countertop manufacturer company that has Unison. They ask questions about the project type. Are you looking for a counter for your kitchen? Or are you looking for countertops for your master bathroom? Are you looking for, what is your time frame? Do you have a particular color or material in mind? Those are qualifying questions that the AI is fully capable of asking and gathering that information so that the post-processing of that transcript can get the information that's necessary to the salesperson already formatted, already done. We've already qualified this lead as this guy's serious. He's interested in a countertop. His project starts next month, and he's interested in granite. That's just one example. Obviously, answer frequently asked questions. Although they might live on the website, most people will still try to call and ask the same questions that could be answered there. AI would handle that. We know scheduling appointments is already a core function. Scheduling is something we want to capture in detail from the customer, from the client, so that we understand, are we scheduling a callback? Are we scheduling an on-site meeting? These are the details mentioned previously in the sales training. So just understand that scheduling can get a little complex, but nonetheless, we can sync their calendar and we can schedule appointments. And we can transfer calls. Even after hours, if they have designated people who will handle urgent situations, the AI can detect the necessity or the urgency of a call and transfer to defined people. Obviously, 24/7, 365. This is what Unison is. Stay in this messaging. This is the messaging that's most important to understand. Everything, when we take Unison away, they still have to address all of these communication channels independently. It's a cumbersome thing to go back and answer a list of texts that they haven't gotten back to, or listen to voicemails and return calls. All small business owners intuitively understand that they have to manage all these communication channels, because the more they do to make their digital presence known, the more they're inviting these things to happen. And if 64% of them are happening in off hours, you've got an easy justification for a simple flat fee, $500 a month covers you for not losing business that you would have otherwise lost. So I hope this makes sense. We'll create some visuals from static slides so you can tell this story. But this is the story that should roll off your tongue if you stay consistent with what Unison is designed to do, what it's built to do, what's included in the $500 setup and the $500 monthly. This becomes an easy thing to explain.